government's top cybersecurity official said Americans had the most secure election in history, and that flagrant disrespect for the president's reality has cost him his job. Trump took to Twitter saying, "The recent statement by Chris Krebs on the security of the 2020 election was highly inaccurate in that there were massive improprieties and fraud, including dead people voting, poll watchers not allowed into polling locations, glitches in the voting machines which changed votes from Trump to Biden, late voting, and many more."
Rick, which claim is more outlandish, Trump's claim of election fraud or a Trump official's claim of being effective at his job?
Look, I think this moment is showing some profiles in courage. I think you have someone in Krebs who says, this is my job, I'm going to do it, I'm going to lead the agency, and I recognize that I may get fired for it. The defense secretary lost this job as well. You see the Secretary of State of Georgia coming out and saying, I don't care what the party says. These are the facts. This is what actually happened. And the process so far is holding.
And I've got to say, I'm not sure I like this new era of truth-telling underlings. You know, it sets a dangerous precedent for those of us in power who've never done anything wrong, and anyone who says otherwise is a liar.
Now, one person who does still have their job is Rudy Giuliani. And a new report explains why Rudy is so enthusiastic about the election fight despite it not involving a teen in a sexy dress. Rudy is charging the president $20,000 a day for his legal work. Wow, shocking that the man who exploited 9/11 for political advantage would stoop that low.
Now, knowing he was being paid a grotesque fee, Giuliani felt the responsibility to turn in an equally grotesque performance, according to an attorney in the courtroom.
It's absurd on its face. And the judge pressed, is this about fraud? And where is it pled that this is about fraud? And after some hemming and hawing, Mr. Giuliani basically said, no, this wasn't a complaint based on fraud. Instead, it was based on some kind of all I can say is some kind of strange conspiracy.
Well, to be fair, it's actually a good day for Rudy when a witness can actually articulate what happened.
Now, Rick, by making this hiring decision, has Trump proven he has worse judgment than Rudy's 3 ex-wives?
Well, Sarah, it's not even clear that Rudy is getting the money that he's been asking for. The $20,000 a day, not clear whether that's actually happened or not. But he did go back into the courtroom for the first time since 1992. I think you saw the judge even admonished him at times that he didn't have a complete understanding.
As someone who had a short fling with Rudy Giuliani, I can confirm that he used to be quite persuasive. Of course, I've always been a sucker for a man with a head shaped like a football helmet sitting atop a torso shaped like a bag of footballs.
Now, many Americans are wondering whether President-elect Biden will hold Trump to account for his flagrant corruption, negligence, and abuse, or uphold the American tradition of hastily sweeping things bigger than the rug under the rug. According to NBC News, Biden doesn't want his presidency to be consumed by investigations of his predecessor. He has specifically told advisors that he's wary of federal tax investigations of Trump, or of challenging any orders Trump may issue granting immunity to members of his staff before he leaves office. I gotta say, I agree. America needs to spend less time holding people accountable and more time preparing for what will happen because we never hold people accountable.
Back us up here, Rick. The federal government did not hold anyone to account for going into Iraq on false pretenses, nor the 2008 financial collapse, and society has never been more healthy, right?
It's going to be a big challenge to Joe Biden because for as much as he wants to move on, you're not seeing his party in the same state of mind. And of course, I don't think anyone thinks that Donald Trump would cut the same kind of slack to Joe Biden. We remember the locker up chance that it kind of transferred to Biden by the end of the campaign. But Biden's going to have this choice to make, and by all accounts, he's already made it.
I think Biden is the type of old-school president who believes justice is about forgiveness and looking forward, unless you're poor, in which case justice will drag your sorry ass to prison.
Now, moving on, it's been 1 year since the first COVID case, and as Thanksgiving approaches, we want to put aside our differences, drop the politics, and honor the lives we've lost to COVID.
Klain, that little...
Too often on this show, we succumb to petty grievances and silly status competitions with fellow members of our privileged ruling class. But let's make today different.
I'm sorry, but Joe Biden's new chief of staff, Ron Klain, is the biggest nobody I've ever met in my life, and I just want to give Ron a best wishes and a hearty suck my ass.
Well, come on, Teddy.
No,
trying to do it.
I have had it with this Klain fucker. We were at a debate tournament at Georgetown in line to get some food. The guy took two puff pastries and didn't even use tongs. He's a worthless shameless prick. I should have been chief of staff.
By all accounts, everyone really likes him. Rick, Ron Klein, he's a good guy, right?
Ron Klain is kind of everyone's definition of what you need in a job like this. He is kind of a throwback, a little bit of an old school choice for a very new Washington.
Thank you, Rick. Now, anyways, the pandemic has made me realize that every life is precious.
Except Ron Klain's.
Teddy, come on.
Teddy, you heard Rick. He is universally beloved.
Ron Klain is someone that I think has a lot of respect.
Rick, with all due respect, I don't give a what you have to say. I can't believe old needle Ron Klain got himself a position in the cabinet. The guy's a hack and a needle.
All right, well, that's all the time we had for this segment. Condolences, or whatever. Teddy, you came off like an ass.
Well, not as bad as Ron Klain. Use the tongs.
You made your point, Teddy. Now, off.
You know, ever since the election, we've been getting the sense that something is afoot.
Yes, like a world that's been so grim is all of a sudden once more all a tingle.
You know, we felt it when we saw the headlines about Harry Styles wearing a dress on the cover of Vogue and subsequent conservative outrage.
Yes, a culture war battle blossomed up through the earth we thought Trump had salted forever. It's like the news cycle is healing. We're returning to, can I say it?
Sarah, say it.
Normalcy.
Yes!
You can see it all over. Like the swallows to Capistrano, the lobbyists are returning to peck, peck, peck at the fruits of the Biden White House.
Hooray!
Kamala Harris and Lindsey Graham did a fist bump. What's that mean? It could mean a thing.
Yeah! And I saw Joe Biden promise to water down student debt relief and do some means testing.
Means testing is back? Why am I crying?
It's been so long since we talked like this. It's like my lungs have too much sunshine.
Get used to it, because guess who else is back?
Is it so?
You guessed it. The Taliban is here again.
So to everyone out there feeling down about Trump's corrosion of American institutions, remember, soon enough we'll all be back in the safe hands of a more competent oligarchy.
Rick, any warm thoughts on the return to normalcy?
I don't think we're even close to normal.
Turn his mic off.